So, Masters, again, we'll be talking about the pets. That is the topic for today, which is the last topic before we get into the final of how to work on your own soul plan, how to identify. And when we talk about pets, the key thing sometimes comes in our mind is, are they really part of our pre-birth planning, soul plan, are part, like pets are part of our whole, this journey in this incarnation? That is a very common thought, common question, and how do they heal? What are the interactions in terms of emotions, in terms of life, in terms of learning that they may have? Because pets, it's common, though not each one of us may have a pet, but it's very common. Either you have experience through your friends, family, yourself, and some of the things you may have observed, you may have uh, kind of seen, but may not be in this respect. So we'll take those elements today based on, again, the same work, different examples as we keep doing it in the previous sessions. So really, are the pets part of our pre-birth planning? The answer is yes. It is the same process which takes place. So it is not random. It is not, just a coincidence that you may end up having a particular animal as a pet, a particular type, or particular, the personality that we come across in different pets. So even if suppose you have a dog or a cat, but they all have personalities, they all have different behavior, different species of, different animals may have a different kind of uh, observation that you will see that, okay, this one behaves like this, the other one has strength or weaknesses or their behavior. So through, again, the examples we are seeing here, so the question comes that, okay, how we get benefit, how we get healed, how this story interacts. So one of the things that we have talked about before is the true love, unconditional love. There is, you can say, no greater healing power in the universe than the unconditional love. So what happens is, when you have a pet, this is one thing which is very common, doesn't matter which pet you have, this is the energy that you come across, unconditional love. And pets heals us by transforming the energies, which we ourselves cannot do. Whatever situation you are in, it's not that easy, but having a pet in your life helps in transformation of energies. So it does not matter what's going on in your life. At a moment, you may be feeling very lonely, you may feel very weak. Sometimes we say, oh, I'm very low on energy, my self-esteem is low, or just having a tough time, those kind of things. As you feel, you look tired, you look down. However, your pet will come to you. Pet will be with you. Does not matter whether you're feeling low or whether you're feeling normal, or you're full of energy. They will come with the same unconditional love. Suppose you come from work, your pet will show the same emotions. Doesn't matter if you had a bad day or a rough day. They will reflect that energy, which is pure love, true love, unconditional love. So in a way, they remind us that yes, does not matter what your day and environment around you, this is something that we are all capable of. We are all strong. We are all complete in a way that they look at us in a form of light. They don't look at us in a form of our physical personalities. And hence they only see the strength, not the weakness. However, we look at ourselves with respect to how my moment is going, how my day is going, and then we say, I had a good day or a bad day. And based on your day, we define ourselves. Sorry. We say, I'm good, I'm strong, or I'm weak. So sometimes you may be in anger, sometimes you may be in a whining mode, blaming everyone else for what's happening around you. Your pet will come and sit peacefully, joyfully, again, full of love, jumping all around, reflecting contentment, peace, and love. And that is why we say, oh, having a pet around is a de-stressor. Because they don't get stuck in those day-to-day emotions, what we call it. You may feel, as I said, you may have a guilt, you may have a feeling of unworthiness, you may have some shame, you may have some going through trauma. They will look at us and see only perfection. They see us in a form of pure light, white light. But we may be going through a lot of negative emotions or any kind of low energy scenario. And because we are all made up of light, light is pure, they see only perfection. We lose sight of our magnificence, who we are, Atman, pure energy. They remind us of that. And because they remind us for that, they interact with our life, our soul plan, our journey, our emotions. So it's very common that the pets will be teaching us responsibility. How to listen, unconditional love. Because what happens in our day-to-day chaotic environment is we lose this very basic fundamental nature of humans, how to listen. We forget that. We are only kind of commenting on others. We are judging others. We are just, kind of logically making connection that he said, she said, this happened, that happened, and all those kind of things. How you going to respond and all those things. So we take things literally, as if everything is our responsibility, everything we have, whether it's our kids, our parents, because they are, old age, we have to decide everything for them, and all those situations where we end up interfering in others' life. So in this particular case, is an example of a bird uh, uh, who's in this life helped the master in this case, you can say, or the person, the family, the girl that, who bought this bird in her life. So this bird had a crooked beak and looked so funny because the appearance. So the beak was crooked. And you can imagine normally the beak of a bird will be normal and, the bird looks how it's supposed to look. But in this case, it was very funny. So the bird was teaching, in this case, the girl's name, Marcia, that, okay, you could make friends, that people will like you, even if people make fun of you. Doesn't matter when you come home, the bird, your pet is always there, and pet will love you. In a way, the pet teaches you, in this example, how to be independent, loving, caring, compassionate, kindness, all those elements that we miss in our day-to-day life, or somehow we overlook. Our pets teaches us. And this is very important too, when we say accept as is. The reason the bird allowed or agreed as a part of soul plan that, okay, I will be a bird with a crooked beak, so that Marcia can see that does not matter how you look like, how you appear, how your appearance kind of thing becomes a very big thing in our life. However, the message here through the pet was that it does not matter how you look. What is really important is what's inside you. So because Marcia was loving the bird, the pet, even if the pet or the bird had a crooked beak, doesn't matter, the bird looked funny, Marcia still loved her. So this is the message that Marcia was getting, that, hey, it does not matter. Your physical appearance is a very small part of it. It has no big role. People get stuck on it. And that's the lesson. Because as a pet, you are not judging, you are not, looking at the crooked part of the appearance. You are just looking at the emotion and the positivity, the energy the bird is or as a pet is reflecting to you. Why can't we do this to everybody around us? Why can't we not get stuck on something which we are judging in others? Why can't we see just everyone as a pure light, as a soul? And then you don't see the weaknesses, you only see the strength. So this is a very big thing that, when we are talking about that, the between the pet and the human. So what is the nature of animal soul? And why is this choosing the sharing of, your the whole journey interaction between what we call the human and the pet, and this emotional connection and all those things? So what happens is, again, it is part of your journey. So it's not that everyone will have, but based on your choice of the pet, things will interact. So in this particular case, in case of Marcia, uh, Marcia had lived alone, separate from others. So what happens is, if you remember, we talked about the concept of contrast, right? Sometimes you go in the opposite direction to achieve your goal. So in this case also, in the sense of separation, that you usually find a way to propel yourself, to move forward in the part of leadership. So in this particular case, she had adopted this attitude of judgment. And when you start judging people, you feel you are separate, you are different, you are higher than others. And that's what was happening with Marcia. So in this current light, she was trying to balance that attitude. You can say that overcoming that issue that the soul had of judgment part, and being judgmental, thinking that, okay, I'm above others, or, those kind of thing. And still to be a leader, because that was a passionate topic for the soul. So working on being judgmental, how do you do? So that's where this help came from the pet. So here in this case, again, as a contrast, the soul decided to go away and then come back. And in this particular case, also through, losing her mother. So Marcia lost the mother, and then, you feel that, okay, now I'm alone. How I gonna, live alone kind of thing. But that's where the pet came, and pet helped her achieving that. So this bird came in the life, helped overcoming that loneliness. Sometimes you feel, oh my God, I lost my mother, and or any loved one, and then you kind of feel like a vacuum, like a no way how to overcome this, because you are in that grief moment. So this is one of those classic, learning through the opposite, or what we call the contrast. The pet helped her in achieving what she wanted to achieve. And, it helps us in grounding and understanding that, appearance doesn't matter. So you stop judging people. You start looking inward, because problem is, if we are only judging, we are, looking at others, you are not really understanding who you are. You're not looking at your own inner self. And this is something that we all do through meditation, to understand who we are and work on ourselves, rather than just commenting and then get stuck on others. So this is where pets really help us, because it brings all those positive emotion, love, true love, those kind of thing. And there was a reason that why this bird came in the life of Marcia also, because this bird was taken away from the nest, very young, while the bird's mother was just looking from a couple of feet away, because the person was taking it from the nest. What can a bird do? You cannot fight against a human. And this bird was handled roughly because the bird was in captivity. And then finally, when Marcia brought the bird, first thing she did was, kind of, okay, I will give you a good bath and take care of the bird. And that's where the bird got healed of all the trauma that she had gone through in the captivity. And to the bird, Mercy was like a mother, taking care of the bird. And that was for the bird part to experience that. And for Mercia, it was the true love and all those, positive emotions. So the kindness and the healed emotionally is happening one side, the true love, getting to know yourself, your strength, positive, stop judging, was the other side. So you see both sides, there was learning, there was healing. And that's what happens in terms of any soul plan. You always have a kind of a contract, or in a way, it's a win-win, means both will get something. And sometimes you may have more interaction, different people, but this is a typical when you are learning from this life. And once you have this a certain level, the soul will go to the next level, and then the next and the next. So this journey continues. But again, the self-love devotions for the pet really brings us, or you can say, our increases our frequency, our consciousness, our energy, because true love is a beautiful, it's a very great emotion, which really help us improving our frequency or our energy. So in this case, they are really our teachers. If you really see it, what pets are doing to us, they are really our teachers. So different pets may come in our different lifetime, and they teaches you and different emotions, right? So sometime you have this interaction for the pets to learn something from the human, because see, pets means animal world. The reason they stay in animal world before they decide finally to come in human kingdom is ultimately because of the emotions. And emotions in the human world is really tough. The human experience is one of duality, extremes. So it's not easy. We go through a lot of emotions than compared to pets. So yes, they are in our life. They are also getting the taste of that what it means to be in human life. Because you see, it's not easy. Not every soul, especially when you are an infant soul, baby soul, it's not easy for soul to decide that, yes, I am ready to, come as a human form. So this is one thing that the soul uh, is kind of just testing the water, or what we say, that, okay, am I ready for it? Or it is something that I want to work more on, and then I will kind of, come over. So, do the pets generally incarnate to help people with their life challenges? Is it always? Is it 100%? Well, nothing is 100%. There are different scenarios. There could be different reasons. And because pets, they can help you in many different elements of your soul plan, or what the soul is trying to learn. So not every soul in human form will resonate with the soul of animal. So the experience may not be planned. And that's why you will see some people love having pets and some don't. If you are, or you means your soul is not resonant, means are not compatible, if you may put it that way, then you will not have such thing planned in your life. Animals, they are able to learn quickly from the experience than in human form. So not all animals will have same level of intelligence and same level of emotional growth and those kind of things. However, they learn more quickly. So what is the reason for this? The reason is they are not stuck like we do. We get stuck very easily because of our judgmental nature, because of many, our low level emotions that we all have. Animals can overcome whatever they are going through. We get stuck. We get stuck as, oh, he said, she said, this happened to me 10 years ago, I'm still angry, and all those kind of things. Whereas animals, they are relatively much easier for them to overcome and move on. So in this term, they move quickly. They do not agonize over mistakes. They do not continue to despair. Oh, this, that, and the other. They move on. And because they can do this easily, quickly, that's a strength. That's their positivity. However, whether they can accept human life and all, that's a different, because that's a next level for the soul. It's too much emotions. So are they really helping us in our consciousness, the way things are moving? Yes, one is, you can say they are guide, they are our partners in for us. So what they do is, as an animal, like suppose, sometime you go to a theater, watch a movie or show, and if you're a little late and it's all dark, you cannot walk easily. So you would like to turn on flashlight or something. So sometime you go to a theater, there will be someone attendant who will just turn on a little flashlight, not distracting others, but showing you the way that, okay, this is the way, this is where you're going to sit, this is your seat number. So similar thing, a role pets play in our life. Not to distract, not to have a bigger impact, but they will show a little flashlight and say, hey, this is the way. Of course, you follow or not, that is still yours, just like you go in a theater. But if you don't follow the attendant who's showing you the ways, of course, your call. But the point here is that they are not there to distract or change your path in a big way. But yes, they show you the light. They show you and they teach you, they share with you their strength and help you in overcoming one of the common things that we get stuck. Just me, my time, my this, we just think of ourselves. Whereas once you have a pet, you will think a lot about the pet as well. Your life, your scheduling, your, day-to-day events do change, because where you are going, for how long you are going, who will take care of the pet. There are many things that you have to consider, which probably before you were not so considerate. You are accepting your pet because the pet will have, another journey other than yours. So you have to now take care of both ups and downs. Sometimes you're sick, or sometimes you get hurt, or whatever it is, you have to take care like a family member. So sharing, caring, true love, all those elements are the key factors once you have, a pet in your house. And once your job is done, in terms of learning, that is where, this interaction stops. So masters, this is how the pet, they do come in our life. It is our soul plan. We invite, we have written this script, but they do help us in a big way in our achievement. And that's how this journey completes.